Hello everyone and welcome to another cast of the 2021 Roulette Rivals World Championship, a Group A match between MattySpice and Linux Penguin. Totally not last minute everything, last minute admin cast and whatnot. Hokkaido first, and then some other map after, which is Miami, chosen by Linux. Hokkaido was chosen by Matty, and then a random map which I almost spoiled again. But first win is here in 4 seconds and going to get started in here. Eric Soders, Heart in the Trash Can as Motorcyclist, and Yuki Yamazaki, Falling Object as AMS Dexter. Spicy, spicy, spicy. Thankfully, I'm going to have a co-caster really shortly. As the players are loading in, first Linux, then Matty after 1 more second.
As part of the service here.
If I can use the... Oh, guys. Discord is breaking, but now I can see GKPunk is here, hi. And apparently my sound system is bad because I can't hear you, but I know that what to change. The output device has to be this one, GKPunk.
Hey, hey.
Ah, now it's all good. Hello, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Kind of hectic here with all this last minute stuff,
Yeah,
but
I just saw that too. I was gonna say I could do it, but
it's all good now. At least it's only a 35-minute wait for them, but they got started. And in Hokkaido, I'm trying to send you the... trying to find the button where I can send you the link, and now I gave you that one. Yeah,
okay, yeah, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, Yuki Falling Object is going to be a interesting start to this.
Oh, yes. I was just wondering when that would show up. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Hopefully the players are aware of those lamps that are above the stairs.
Yeah, that's like the only early version of the kill, because the other one is the restaurant where Yuki will smoke her cigarette, but that's at like 8 or 9 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's true. So I guess there's no way to get her there faster.
I can't think of a way, sadly. At least the soda skill is decent, because as you can see, Linux throwing the snail in here. I think with the door open, oh yeah, it's reconsidering, but he wants the door closed so the morgue doctors don't hear it. But they heard the throwing anyway.
Yeah, good thing those guys are guards, so they won't bother turning and investigating that.
Yeah, going to work out nicely, and should get the kill right now, but the issue is that with suit start, 47 suit starting, I think it's not even 3 minutes when Yuki walks under the chandelier, so I think Linux will be just late.
This should be a clear message to anyone considering following in his footsteps.
In which case, I am not sure what his plan B is going to be.
Yeah, I think for this situation, despite you having to wait and stand there for a while, that might be more viable to just stand and wait for Yuki and then... Because Soder's not moving.
Mm-hmm.
There she is, up the stairs now. She's definitely out of range.
That is Yuki Yamazaki.
Just under it. Yep.
And current operative for Providence.
Yeah, I would say that it was like 5-10 seconds too late, but considering the setup or what they might think, it might have been a later setup, because what I personally like to do is, well, of course Linux has used the snail already, but placing it so that the guards guarding the Yuki suite or get caught by it, and then catch Yuki on the stairs with no other opposition. So what I just meant to say is that a longer setup might be needed and Linux isn't restarting, but we'll consider the alternative falling object, or I guess on her way back, because I think she goes. Oh, I'm not sure about her route though.
I'll pass. Maybe later.
Yeah, she's gonna. I think she's just goes out to the garden now, which isn't very useful. And then at that point, I mean, I don't know if they picked up any cigarettes. Maybe have that in mind. I mean, 4 minutes done, almost approaching 8 minutes.
Yeah.
That would be the second easy opportunity.
This would be a great idea if Dexter himself dropped it, but I think the story about him is exactly that he's asking for cigarettes, but he doesn't have on himself. But I think he has in his suite.
Yeah, as far as I remember, yeah, he should have one in his suite, which is well, you gotta go there anyways for his disguise. I don't really see any other viable Dexter disguise grabbing either. I haven't seen any, because he just walks around the public areas of the hospital.
Yeah, it's a tricky combination because Dexter doesn't force you a sweet start, but it makes it much more convenient. But of course, that's less time until the chandelier kill or the lamp kill. Might just be the case of having to wait until the Yuki kill and then do so. There's nothing wrong with a 4 or 5-ish
I
minute.
think that's most ideal spins on Hokkaido. You're getting out at 4:30 anyways. 30 seconds to maybe 45 seconds. I don't see any longer than that. Especially because motorcyclist is just right there.
Please keep moving, sir.
If it was Soder's electrocution, surgeon or something, that would be a different story.
Well, second chance
Well,
for
there's...
Linux.
Hi there. How you doing?
Yeah, that's 6 minutes she's there. He has to just take a shot.
But he only has a loud pistol, so there's gonna be some havoc here. Okay, the Chank is a good idea, and then probably shoot from somewhere and then run.
Not from here. I think his best bet was from the other, but this would work with the trank. Oh, there he goes.
Both
Nice.
targets down.
Gets the shot off.
Find an exit.
Someone runs
thing
through
about-
this area, but doesn't look at the body and doesn't look at Linux changing disguises, so that's very well done by Linux and will be an exit and a finish, which well, it ties always a possibility for falling object spins, but this is made very quick and efficient.
Matty had the same idea, but he will be too late.
So that's the Linux lead, and Miami is going to be the next map.
I would like to see some falling object in Miami. That would be spicy.
Yes.
At least for like Robert or something.
Yeah, interesting how the Sierra falling object is the new one, but we still care more about the Robert falling because it is more exotic. So 3 more minutes. Lots of developments in this group following yesterday, so you can take a look at that. Because Chromax became the second person to finish with all his 7 matches, and that is right, 7 wins, no losses. He's guaranteed to advance in the top 3 to be exact. But Linux and I can both get the 32 points, which is really tall order, but Chrome is in a very great position. Linux is on 17 after only losing to Chrome and winning 3 more times. OH just HITMAN 13 points after 5 matches, myself on 12 after 3, Alex and Curry on 11, but everyone has already 5 points, and Matty is hoping to add to that and maybe get his first win with a comeback.
Yeah, Linux sitting at 19 now. He can end with so another 4 more, 23. That would definitely guarantee him 4th place, I'm guessing. Well, I don't know actually, because there's like 2 guys in 11.
It's
Yeah, that's the
yeah.
most open group, I feel like. One of the most.
I like the fight for first place, which might fire up if Linux keeps racking those points, and he still has a couple matches to go, of course. What I know for sure is that he and I will play last, and we're of course both hoping to get to 20 some points by the end, and from that point it's probably whoever wins can challenge Chrome, who is stuck on 31, which may or may not be enough for first place. But first place isn't decided yet, that's for sure. But 7 wins is just so impressive, and I want to congratulate Chrome again on yesterday and
yeah, for sure.
last 2 weeks, of course.
He's, I want to say, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm right. He's the first one to break 30 points too, right?
I can check an overview
Because Buff
page.
Guy had an opportunity, but then he had to play Dartmoor and lost.
So yeah, he finished with 28, and the last 2 could have come from Dartmoor against Red Fox. So he's stuck on 28 indeed. Mike also has 28 in that group after 6 matches, and his last one is against Red Fox as well. Could break 30 there.
Red Fox gatekeeping people from reaching 30 points. But Mr. Mike would have to like lose all of his maps to not reach 30 points.
Exactly. We got Miami, however. Would you like to run down the spin?
Yeah, a spin is live. Sierra Knox with an electrocution as the Kronstadt engineer, and Silenced SMG as the thwack mechanic for Robert Knox. No falling objects.
Sierra electrocution has caused some issues in the past. It's an RR5 cast I'll never forget between Pijero and Rommel, which really went down to the wire and would have been a tie if it was done with a 30-minute timer. Not all electrocutions work in the garage area. Certainly not everything if Sierra is knocked out, so curious to see if they know their things.
Yeah, the one she goes, I can guarantee you, because I'm a huge Miami roulette player, and I play that a lot. The sink that's next to where she pukes, you can't knock her out and electrocute her. You'd have to use the one that's outside by the washing where the mirror is. That one definitely works. Another one I wanted to mention was Linux has a 100% win ratio, 8-0 on Miami, so I think that's very big. Lots of experience and winning experience.
Seriously impressive. And this group as well, we have 4 players who pick the same map all the time, and Chromax went 7 for 7, I think, in Mendoza, and Linux, I think we'll stop at 6 Miamis, but it's almost 7, and I think he also won all of them, so it's the group of the specialists, and I'm not having a great time against them.
Yeah, I can see, like, because the player with the versatility might end up struggling against the specialist, and you having to play those special maps against them.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. But I really don't mind that it is rewarded, and of course the tournament
Oh yeah,
starts.
absolutely. I really like seeing those.
Yeah, just give us as many options to strategize and whatnot. So for sure, go for
Uh-huh.
it. And then the tournament really starts in the KO stages in November, mid-November.
Yeah.
So with the cross-map disguises, Matt is starting in the Bayside Center. And this could be a long-range setup. Dragging Robert at the end of the ledge or across the ledge or something. Then get the silence and G kill from the Rutter office. And Linux is going for
Yeah,
the
that's
opposite
true.
disguise.
He could go for a long range kill here if he really chooses to. Matty gets spotted by Robert, but he's far away and the guards are knocked out, so no one would hear any of that. Gives it a nice punch animation.
Yeah. So I think my theory of the long range is, okay, it will all depend on which disguise Matty is exiting this area, and it is the Kronstadt bodyguard. So it might very well be that he chooses to set up Sierra remotely and then come back here and detonate here as the Kronstadt engineer. And another proof of that is opening the gate already with the crowbar. So missed opportunity for the long ranger, but still we're going to see us set up.
Yeah, he also tried vaulting over to the overpass, but he tried the left side in the middle, not the right side. That's where you can vault over. Oh,
Yeah,
but body shot on the checkpoint guard, and he's sticking around. You don't stick around where you body shot from.
worked out in Hokkaido and he did something similar, but yeah, he stood there. He tried to get away, but couldn't really hide from them. So it's a restart.
Body shot is the funkiest thing ever. It's like you body shot and you approach them fast, and they don't care. But if you stay where you body shot from, then, hey, I know where you came from.
So now Linux is 2 minutes in and gets the disguise and approaches the Bayside Center. It's going back and forth as well.
I mean, overall, seeing this spin, the approach for Linux would make more sense because the remote electrocution that you can do. But for Sierra, I feel like there's some uncertainty because of that certain puddles not working. The long range would make more sense.
And one more thing that I may be afraid of for no good reason is that, of course, they will end the race, and with the Sierra setup, she could be lying there for an extended period of time. And that part, or that bathroom and locker room with the Pale Rider outfit, will get occupied eventually. So probably even best to not keep them there for too long and just get the electrocution when Sierra gets there and not later.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the other point too. Like all the mechanics end up occupying all the locker room area in the bathroom after the race is done. And like I mentioned earlier, the bathroom puddle doesn't work. So you can't leave her there. You have to leave her outside, and that's definitely not going to be very safe. MattySpice still having trouble going through the doors. Gonna try body shot again. Okay, he's doing the same thing. He's just sticking around where he took the shot from. But guards, yeah, there we go.
Too close, too close.
Yeah, that's a slight map knowledge disadvantage here where he doesn't know that he can vault over the right side of the railing off the top.
Yeah, he would be 3 minutes further in his original run if he knew that, because this is his second restart since then and because of this. But this is now a replan, and as Cowboy Mechanic he's going to find the Fleck garage, but it is the number 4 team where Kronstadt is 1, Kowun 2, Aeon 3, and then Fleck and Soterano.
Oh yeah, and yeah, complete replan. He also hasn't picked up the pit building key card, which is what he's looking for right now. This one, like, as soon as he turns, he just passed one. Picks
I
up the
just missed it.
nitro or octane booster, I guess that's what it's called in this mission.
Ah, true, yeah. Exactly the same design,
restart.
but
Yeah, this is a different sticker on it.
Linux goes
Well,
for the
Linux
free
is
engineer,
gonna
yeah.
take the free one. Oh yeah, for sure. Some of us Ghost mode players don't kind of. Oh, actually, you can get a free one in Ghost mode there too, kind of in the same spot almost.
The Disguise
Sometimes.
crate, which was there.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, great idea by Linux. It may not be the fastest engineer you can find on this particular spin, but it is the safest, and Linux is determined to get this first try, and I think he himself is certain that first try will be enough against most players.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. He's tried it 8 times and he's won.
Exactly, yeah. It's nothing against Matty,
Oh.
but just the fact that Linux himself is a Miami veteran.
Yeah, I mean, truth be told, from an analysis point of view, we can see the deficiency in map knowledge in Matty's gameplay with the vault, the body shots. It's something that would further put you behind when you're playing against someone who's so confident. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was so close. How did he not get spotted? Good head turning.
Nice. Matty will get the sugar cutscene shortly.
Let's see, what is he planning?
Ah, he's
What?
just giving up. Okay.
Why though? Okay. Oh well. That's, I don't know. There's nothing really to say about that. Linux is in there, isolating a mechanic for the sugar cutscene as well.
I mean, I guess it's not worth talking much about the left side now, but the only reason I can think of why someone would do this is checking out the electrocution spots. But you can also check heat maps, is that there is no sinks here, but only a floor below. So this is just a white flag is being waved or woven or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing, just check like that, but just doing that outright doesn't seem like it's doing anything anyways. Linux is done with his isolation cutscene, and he's tossing a coin. Oh, to make Sierra sick.
It's an
He's gonna
awkward
have to
angle.
get- Oh yeah.
47. The race is over.
She's actually, her view is blocked
Any time now.
by another mechanic.
I think that looked really risky as the mechanic started to turn towards Sierra and towards Linux, but he got the seeker shot on her, and it is just a medium-sized weight as the engineer, who might be trespassing downstairs. I'm fairly certain that he does, but you can approach the downstairs area through the public, which Linux will do.
Yeah, and lots of enforcers. These guards, they're working overtime. They know everybody that goes through.
But with lots of experience, Linux gets through this area, and yep, this room is free for the first 2-3 minutes. Can just set up
Please.
the kill, doesn't matter if it's loud KO or not. That is the sync which won't work though.
Yeah,
Oh no.
exactly right. That's the one that won't work, and you won't have anything to do, and you can't do anything about it. There can't get the taser,
Both targets down.
and the whole room's electrified, so you can't move Sierra either.
And was being
Well,
soon.
Oh wait, it
Linux's
works?
personal copy
Okay. Yeah.
makes it work.
Can I get the game, please?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
It is.
I've tried that 50 times, and
I
I'm not exaggerating.
I know what you mean. There are players who will never get this skill, and Linux is one of them who does. And it is like I at this point I think you just need to do platform
I
specific testing or whatever. No
Yeah.
idea.
That no, not that 8-0 doesn't seem so impressive to me anymore. Just kidding. But wow, that's really good. I mean, good for him because I was kind of gonna be upset because I know that doesn't work because I've tested it myself numerous times.
And I've seen
Holy crap.
multiple people lose it consistently there, so I was really not looking forward to this. But Linux was confident, and it really seems like that it works for him.
Yeah, what do I know? He's 9-0 in Miami. But I'm gonna go and test that like as soon as I can.
It's a
Maybe
very
it
good
has to
idea.
do with the bigger taser, but I don't know. He didn't. I don't think he used the micro. Maybe he did. Oh, I have to watch back this again. But you're right. If this is somehow tied to platforms or FPS, that would be so silly.
Yeah, he just running out of ideas really, because there's no real explanation for this new proper one.
Yeah, and it kind of bugs someone like me who always tries to find the reasoning behind something that happens.
Oh, I feel you, definitely.
That's how I learned the game. That's how I, you know, got into explaining the strats when people play the game. But yeah, Mumbai is chosen by Hitmaps, so that should be good. Both of them are 0-1.
Not a lot of experience and not any winning experience. I can quickly see if either of them have played this one in this tournament, but neither have played. Oh, Matty has played Tinega, the resident Mumbai picker in our group, so he has the loss from there. But Linux haven't had a chance, so that would be a previous tournament.
Welcome to Mumbai.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna bring it up again, but if Falling Object from Maelstrom comes in, I've seen some people struggle with that, so we'll see how versed they are with that kill.
The maze-like sprawling slums offer
It's always the
thrilling
accidents,
paths and
really.
surprises around every corner.
Yeah, because Maelstrom is an awkward one, because, I mean, there are more than one opportunity to do it, but I kind of doubt anybody actually bothered going through all of the Maelstrom's routes to figure out if you can do another falling object. A couple of them aren't even safe because he's talking to a crow and that crow would die as well.
In the meantime, we have a lead on Lucas Gray's
So Maelstrom was added, Maelstrom Falling Object was added for this tournament, and I just can't help but think if we're just missing the really obvious good solution so far. Of course, it has been exhaustively tested by veteran players who then submitted their ideas to us, and then admins discussed it and deemed viable for Roulette. But I just wonder if there's the slums is such a vast area, and if we can see some, at least a disguise specific start and early falling object, that would be great to see. Like, you know, from food vendor start, Maelstrom works under 1 at 7 seconds, and then boom, there's the kill. These kind of unknown free ones I'm hoping for in the long future. It's for next year for sure.
Yeah, that's calling all Mumbai lovers to delve into the heart of darkness.
Yeah, Linux showing some inexperience with the Mumbai briefings. I mean, I think he might just finish it. I was going to say that he won't in time, and you really want to start this 3 minutes before each spin. I know that because I do this for 1.5 years now, but Linux will get to the end and we'll start this Mumbai spin in 15 seconds from a 4-0 start. Guaranteed his 3rd win. 4th one, even. Yeah, 4th win out of 5 matches. Basically all but going through from this group, but can still get these 2 points, which might be important later on. Maelstrom, Explosion Accident as Queen's Guard. Vanya Shah, Electrocution as Queen's Bodyguard. And Dawu Jengen, Silenced AR as Painter. Bricks are always nice, but the Vanya Electrocution, yeah, it's definitely a bricks strat, but for Dawood you could get him in the tower as Painter ISO or something. Sorry, didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, no worries. So 2 Queen's guard disguises, and Dawood is it's a freebie.
It really is. The 2 accidents are notable, although the Maelstrom isn't one who players tend to let roam around, so could just be a Skywalk KO and then propane setup.
47. The street gang known as the Crows are on high alert. They seem
Yeah,
to
I'm
be looking
thinking
out for potential
that has to be it. I
and
mean,
will be suspicious
Linux
of
is doing that. He's starting
I suggest you are
Skywalk.
mindful around them in the slums. 47. Our intel suggests the Maelstrom is hiding somewhere
The
in the
propane
city.
tank is also very close. You just turn the corner by the T area.
That's
There's
the
one.
Maelstrom. You found him.
The T stalls, I think that's what they're called.
Should be more than doable. And but I guess it's an exaggeration to say it was changed, but Vanya's route is a tiny bit different in Hitman 3, and we'll now walk over a puddle. So that's another no loadout kill, because next to the propane flask there will be a car battery.
Yeah, because in Hitman 2 you would have to like throw a coin or have a coin so she walks by that puddle.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can just do the brick, toss a battery, and just get on with your life.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. With the difference that Vanya is Queen's bodyguard, so the one we always get with the brickler isn't available unless you are using the whole isolation by carrying the 2 bodyguards, then Rima, and then wait or walk behind Vanya for 90 seconds until she walks into the puddle. It'll be interesting to see as Linux misses, but now gets the kill. And hopefully no delayed illegal action when these start to panic around him. Seems not, and he gets the first kill.
Yeah, he's good map knowledge. He's used that spare Queen's Guard disguise that was usually that spy in Rangan Tower ends up running to and getting, and you can still get it afterwards. Yeah, this is, I mean, the overall spin doesn't look very... Oh, that's... Maelstrom's body found. How is that red guns?
That was a picture-in-picture on the Maelstrom. Wow.
What body just got found then? He just messed around with them. That doesn't make... I mean...
stating the obvious, the game doesn't make sense, but I really don't know
Right.
if... The only notable thing that I can say is that
47. Our intel suggests the maelstrom.
Chris thinks that
I've marked the
Dawood was killed
rows on
before the Maelstrom was killed with the AR before he was killed with the propane. I'm only the match admin, so I
That's
really
the
shouldn't
maelstrom.
need to know these,
Found him.
but I'll go back and check just in case.
Yeah. That's a viable explanation, or plausible.
That was accident explosion kill. Absolutely no ballistics involved.
Odd. But he wanted freedom for himself and his friends.
Mike, if you would like to fire me mid-match, I'm all play. I'm out of
That
here
was
and
an
having
accident
some
kill. Oh, that yeah. That
The infamous maelstrom is dead. Very well
everybody,
done.
maybe anybody who plays this game should be fired.
No rest for the wicked, however.
that works
On to
too.
the next one.
Because that doesn't make any sense in any logical way. There we go. The Linux does get body found the exact same way, but for some reason game is like, okay, we'll give you green guns this time.
Spun the wheel nicely, and Linux is looking at a puddle, not the Saso puddle. I think it's used for the suit only runs. The one I'm thinking of, which is not this, because
Yeah,
she
it's
walked
next
into
to
one.
piles of trash, but it's one that SASO1 uses, the one I used as well on mine, with the battery and a coin.
Yeah.
With Hitman 3, I guess you don't need that. Yeah, he's approaching that puddle. Just after this radio. Right there.
Well, in Miami, I would have believed
Well,
everything
that caused a pillar
what Linux
of
did
purple
because
smoke
he's
to rise above
8-0
the
turning
clouds.
9-0. But of course, this
What happens next, 47?
Mumbai sort of inexperience might mean that that puddle
Shaw and Rangan are both
isn't
on
as
the
viable,
I
but
think they're heading for the beach.
he might have practiced all 18 maps. He's been around for a while, so I'm sure that one has worked in the past as well. So curious to see how Vanya will handle it. Matty trying to infiltrate the tower, but
Oh, he misses a crank shot on the female Bollywood crew.
and it's going down again.
Man, no. That
Self-appointed
knockout
queen of the Mumbai slums.
falls straight in front of him.
It's not even a bad idea to start with Dawood in the tower and then initiate the brick for Vanya. Just doesn't really work out for him. Rima will be trouble. Oh, ho, ho, ho. And so she stopped in front of the pillar, and
Yeah,
she
she
was
does
about
that
to do the
sometimes.
180, but was KO'd right in time. Wonderful. The
Alright, let's see
verdict.
if this puddle works.
Yeah. But I'm not even sure where Linux has. It is going to be the original one. He threw it, he left it there. And it's another 45 seconds. Judging by Vanya. Speed.
Yeah,
Just-
that's really close to where she ends up by the boat.
At least.
So micro tasers, they won't be seen.
Oh, that's a seeker, thankfully. Because I wouldn't have wouldn't have approved a calmer there, but Vanya is going
And
for
she
her
takes.
own.
Oh yeah, that she takes a right turn.
But she's the only NPC nearby. So a Chandler might be viable here, and that is a decent sized puddle, but will it work?
He's in it. He doesn't press the thing. Oh no, he's going for a knockout. Wow. Okay. This is some treacherous water he's treading.
And it doesn't
And
work.
nothing. Yeah. And I don't know if it would have worked if she wasn't standing. She wasn't knocked out. So that decent sized puddle has no electrocution power.
And that is far more water than the one we use.
That's that Miami electrocution catching up with him. 'Cause, you only get so much luck.
Yeah, he's 1 for 2 at least. $47 himself hasn't died yet, so that's and now there we go. Only had to jinx it, but I think this was a situation where Vanya would have never died. If KO'd at least.
That's a huge setback for sure. Matty has infiltrated the Rangon Tower this time as the Holy Man. Crisscross with the umbrella and the AR. Nice.
Still his original disguise, basically. Got it for less enforcers and then worked out this time. Of course, you're not trespassing here, but everyone is an enforcer. Not sure how does that work.
Because of the gun.
Oh. Yes, long day.
47. That's the maelstrom. You found him.
But this will be very straightforward. Isolation and kill, because Matty will surely remember to talk to Dawood as the painter, and then he and only he will go in this room.
Maelstrom grew up in the city, right here. He was a part of the small street gang.
Yeah, it looks. Ooh, I think is Zout coming down. He might be coming down. He's talking to one of the guards. He's not allowed to. Ooh. It's one of those lenient trespassing zone which didn't get him compromised right away.
The infamous maelstrom.
He gets the Maelstrom kill once again as the bodyguard. Or the Queen's Guard. Why do they have to name two of the things?
That's you.
Thank you.
Yeah, confusing names to help us roulette players a lot with disguises, but
yeah, it's such a weird name. It's Queen's Guard, but there's no apostrophe there. Like,
yeah, not great.
Queen's Bodyguard, and then there's Bollywood Bodyguard. At least the security is different. I think local security.
And they look fairly decent, using all different colors, but yeah, just the names are a bit awkward. And Linux changing things up, going for Dawood second instead of Vanya. Maybe just giving himself more time to think of a real puddle, or because if this is the inconsistent part, then why would you do it even later?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if he had to really test it, he could have just ran by, and the woman he secured could use her to see if that puddle works when she's alive and awake. Matty is got the kill on Dawood. He punched Dawood in the face and got his rifle afterwards.
70% of the work is finding the right colors. Color mixing is an entire
So it's the two Queen's Guard kills left. Maelstrom already found, that's the first objective out of the 4. So only a propane needed and the Queen's Guard disguise, which Matty may or may not know,
out of this mess.
the free one at least.
Bio death.
Other than that, it's
Just for a
decently likely that the brick strat will be used on his end as well.
He grabs the car battery, so he's got the right idea for Vanya as well. Let's hope he picks the one of the working puddles.
Oh, Dawood found, which is constant fear of mine, but I wasn't sure or didn't know that it's this quick, and well, not sure about the consistency, but
Yeah, that slipped my mind because I saw this happen the other day where somebody had to kill him there and then dumped the body in the elevator shaft, and it came back, and the guard was right, like looking down the edge, and you get caught trespassing because there's 3 guards there looking for Dawood and the guard that's supposed to be there.
it's brilliant. I
Yeah.
did expect a body found there, but just wasn't sure if it's this quick. And oh, Matty going to restart again after his best chance not working out. Probably a bit frustrated still. 14 minutes to go, that's enough for both players to finish their strategies.
Time criminal. His brutality is overshadowed only by his giant ego.
Let's see if Linux hides the body for Dawood.
It's such a tricky situation since only one closet here, or room for only 2 bodies, which is the usual.
And even like dragging that body out of that room, it's so risky because you can't take it up the stairs, you get spotted, and while you're dragging across, you could get spotted, so it's a very risky thing. I mean,
yeah, not a
Linux has a seeker. He could have used that on
Dawood Rangan is confirmed killed.
maybe the guard and have him
Just one target
be
left.
isolated for a few minutes. He is dragging it outside the room. Let's hope he gets good.
Yeah, not sure if I want to dump him down the stairs instead of the elevator shaft would be good, but oh, this is such an extended risky action.
Oh no, don't take him up the stairs. That's the riskier one. Leaving them won't really work out. Eventually he'll get found out. Might give him another 5 seconds of leeway.
So the head turns directly, look down there, because from outside it seemed fine, just about. So it would be the Bollywood bodyguard from upstairs who could look down.
Watch it be that Linux doesn't have a body found here because he's got another one of those personalized copy thing going for him.
Because I think in a vacuum, that body placement is fine in regards of the outside people. I know that is a vertical view con hell, and my question would be well, of course the personal bodyguard who would probably look out for Dawood, and there we go.
Yeah. There we go. You have to either take care of him and put... Yeah, Linux is doing on a rampage now. 11 minutes left, and any other Mumbai spin you could probably doubt, but I think this can still be done.
Yeah, it was such a quick Maelstrom kill, and Linux is restarting at 7.5 minutes in, well after his second kill. So what he had to do is the brick for Vanya and well, an electrocution which works, but time-wise it works. Time-wise he would have enough. So final try for both of them, because I think Matty is just a tad slower in Mumbai. He's making good progress, but I don't think he could finish in 10.5 minutes. And well, I guess we'll see now, but yeah, that's the other problem with dragging the body through that public area.
Is hiding somewhere in the city slums.
He had a slight suspicion meter, and then it went away, so he thought it was clear.
You're really spiking my anxiety here.
So yeah, I'll definitely call this run for Matty, because it's not a hugely impossibility that Matty can't finish in the remaining time. I just thought that Linux is quicker, and I can see him finish in 9 or so minutes. It's another minute less for Matty though. Tough luck about the holy man falling inside the view cone of the thugs.
Grew up in the city, right here. He was a part of the small street gang.
It is good to be your own master.
Sure. So he started a rebellion. Maybe all
So it is the propane throw, and try not to... Yeah, I guess that's... So the
That's an accident kill.
accidental for sure, but I wonder if one last bullet had hit the Maelstrom.
Right.
Because I don't mind the theory of chat from the beginning of the spin that the ballistic or one bullet would count as dragging him. Would need to test because I've never tried it. But green guns.
Heading straight for Dawood. Let's see if he has something in mind for the painter's room, because leaving Dawood there obviously isn't gonna work.
Ah, coach is passing.
Yeah, they didn't turn fast enough, and even when that happens, one of the guys just like, hey, you go check it out, and they turned back towards where they were looking anyways.
Tough luck for Linux, because he's made good progress with all 3 targets, but not in the same run, and seems to be capping off at 2 kills in this spin, 7.5 minutes to go. Still not impossible, but it's getting really unlikely at this point, and I guess we'll see from Linux's approach if it's a serious one or not going to creep gank runs anymore. That's something that other players do, but Linux is starting Skywalk, and we try to get the Maelstrom isolation one last time.
I've marked the headquarters of the Crows on your map. That's the Maelstrom. You found him.
Matty going to get
Only
painter
6.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
This really is the last attempt. Matty is ahead with about 3 minutes in-game time.
kids really. So from tourists and things like that.
Again, it's really something they have to change in this painter's room. Like, tranking both bodies and then hiding them in the closet is not working out.
They revolted against the mobsters and the gangsters.
It's the simplest kill, but it's that setup that's causing them the issue.
Yeah, it's a good isolation, but the body will have to be taken care of, and well, it is the elevator shaft the way to go, because you saw it work before, and I think I have to. I just can't really tie it to any match.
Listen, I'm telling you the truth here. Maelstrom left Mumbai.
Yeah, the elevator shaft is definitely the way to go, especially because you don't have to come back and use the elevator shaft again.
Going somewhere, sir.
That's where it becomes a problem, where they just look straight down looking at where Dowd's body would be.
Mm. Long escort mission for Matty. Just waiting for Dawood to get into position. And then
Yeah,
no doubt the kill will be made. Just what else can he do in the last 5 minutes?
I should get out of here. Shouldn't I?
It's a bit more annoying now that he's waiting and talking about the painting above the door.
Oh yeah.
Finally enters, gets punched in the face. What's the next step? That's the crucial moment of the match.
When are you gonna be done mixing them?
Taking care of a guard, but as you said it's 3, right? All 3 would...
I'm creating
Or
art here.
how many would you
I've
put
seen
down?
at least 2 of them in the corner. Well, Linux gets a prime notice. That's probably the end of his round. 4 minutes left. He's waiting around. Matty's waiting around for the guards because he's trying to get them. These 2 100% will look for Dawood. But Dawood does have 3 guards.
Yeah, they can,
Finds
as you know
one of
from the
them.
recon.
Yeah.
It's a bit too loud, Linux, although I understand your frustration. So...
He's leaving. Matty is leaving. He has 1 body trank. That's like, I don't know. Depending on head turn, like 10 to 30 seconds of buffer time.
yeah, just yeah, I don't really know at this point. Matty will just go for it. And so I think he ripped around... No, it was Linux who ripped next to the beach house. So that's about the time it took until the guards entered. But of course Matty spent a lot of time in the painter room after the kill. So far so good. But 2 kills for 2.5 minutes is going to take very long. If the bricks were in, then Vanya would barely get to that puddle. But the bricks aren't in the forge yet. I don't see a finish here. Tries to look for the right puddle. Some are similar looking, but yeah, now he has it. It's just the fact that it will take a good 2+ minutes for her to die, and well, there's 90 seconds to go, so obviously it's not going to be a finish.
Yeah, and in between all that, he has to manage a Queen's bodyguard disguise too. Which is not free, just like the Queen's guard is. So.
Only now gets the brick, almost gets caught by the enforcer, but the time will run out, most likely with him having green guns, so will be a finish eventually if he decides to carry it out. Just unlikely. 50 seconds, and now the non-target kill by the Summerbog there.
Oh, wait.
Not sure who that lady is. She's of course never an issue for the SCSO runs.
Yeah,
But I guess it just wasn't meant to be with these accidents for Linux, and going to end up with a tie and a 5-1 win for Linux. Wow, another Mumbai we caught, and it was enjoyable as well, learning a lot spin after spin. So now we can have the updated standings. Linux up to 22 with these 5, 4 wins, 1 loss. And Matty scores his 6th point. Still not out. He was asking earlier if he's out already, but I suppose with so it's 3 wins, that's 18 points. He ends up with 24.
yeah, that's definitely not out. He could end up at top 4 depending on how second place to 6th place goes, because
it's an open group.
Between 3rd and 6th, the point difference is just 2 points.
And it's a big day for Group A, as I can show you in the schedule, which is all over the place because this was a non-rescheduled but delayed match, and mine is at the top, but it's also delayed until the top of the next hour. 55 minutes to go in for fun. Oh, that's me. I'm playing against Matty.
Oh, hey.
What did start 5 minutes ago is OHS Hitman versus Currymaker. And it should be for the early evening, and then we have 3 within 30 minutes. Bad Games versus Crudy, Pijero versus Chubby, Derek versus Giannini. Busy evening, but I think that's the last, or that's the end of the day, these 5 matches. So yeah, going to go for the other Group A match, and then there we'll raid. It says you, if you will stream it still despite the hour delay, then
yeah, I'm okay with that.
That's great. Then you guys will hear Punk again soon. You will see me play within the hour, but for now let's check another Group A match. Thank you again, Punk, for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for adminning.
No problem whatsoever. And thanks everyone for watching. Congrats Linux, GG's to both, and yeah, see you guys later.